Gist with Jolly. Bringing you hot and direct gist. Subscribe and turn notification bell.
EDO happens to not be one of my popular or constant Nollywood actress that I gist on this very platform. Anyway, for reasons best known to me. But I saw a very interesting story about her on the internet, where she's born on the 19th of April 1982 in Nigeria. She's from Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria, and then she was known for a movie, World Apart. That is when she came into spotlight. Then she's a producer, a beauty one, and a mother of one. Yes, what actually got me interested about this very beautiful actress. Okay, the last time I talked about her on this very channel was when Uchenasi did spotted her and Obona in Lagos, where she according to Chenasi, she went for a job hunt. She went for a place to produce a movie in Lagos, and then she bumped into Obona, Ike Obona, and then EDO. You know, EDO and Obona always being spotted together because they always are more or less like an on-screen couples who constantly act cinema movie. Yes. Well, does she even have YouTube channel? I'll find out about that, okay? But basically, everybody loved this young lady way back. I don't know, for me, way back, I used to love her because of how she brings her talent into display on screen. Like, you could literally be on your screen when it was in EDO, Rita Dominic, Chioma Bonta, and Uche Jumbo. These people were like our role model when we were small growing up. In 2004, she acted a movie that brought her into limelight, which is World Apart. That movie sold out like everybody. It was a talk of the town. That was what actually made her popular. Then she got married in 2008 to a businessman, American-based businessman, who we saw. It was the wedding was talk of the town. Anyways, before we can get into these details, what actually got me talking about her, about EDO, was that the fact that she said she had miscarried 6 times. And when I got this, I was like, it was like, my goodness, 6 times. Probably the reason why she was not be able to have children of her own. But I remembered she had a husband. And then what transpired in her marriage that made her to go out of this marriage, like be divorced. She married to this man, Sam Philip, in America. This man was a big businessman in America, and rumors had it that he had married 3 wives before getting married to EDO. And who knows why this man couldn't keep his marriage. From one woman to another. One would wonder what actually is wrong with this young man. EDO, in an interview granted by her by Trude, she narrated the bad experience about marriage. She said, marriage is not her prayer point anymore in life. Why would a woman say so? If the first one didn't favor you, basically people still go into second marriage if they find somebody very pleasant to them. But to her, she said marriage is not what she should pray for again, because she narrated how badly this man she called her husband treated her, like she was receiving constant beating. She had serious different miscarriages, like 6 of them. Like, this is not what a woman should go through in life. She said her marriage was not the best she could, that she entered into marriage simply because her parents forced her to it. That she wasn't ready for anything called marriage, and then she eventually agreed to marry a man simply because the parents pushed her to it, and then ended up in a man's hand that was constantly beating her. She said it was the worst nightmare she could have ever imagined. She wouldn't wish for any woman to go through what she went through. When we see these people from afar, we usually think that there is nothing working out for them because they are Nollywood actresses. They wouldn't want to like bend down, but you don't know the efforts they do put in order to see that their marriage work. She has to leave the marriage because her life was practically more important to her than anything else. Seriously, she has to like say, as a woman, she wants a marriage, but not the kind of marriage that she had. She also loves children, according to her, and she would do everything possible to have her own children. And she had already had 6 miscarriages. There was no way she could carry her own child. That is why she had to opt for surrogacy. And many people were like coming after her that, why would you do that? Instead, why wouldn't you stay under a marriage? But we don't even know the other side of her story. What actually led her to getting what a surrogacy. That English sometimes they confuse me. A surrogacy. You understand that she had to like make use of her own egg. The woman had to like take her own egg and carried it for her. And she said that being a mother is one sweetest thing that you can ever imagine. Coming back home and your child greets you and you feel that sense of motherhood. That's everything to her. Watching her grow, her first smile, her first walk, her talking, identifying objects and everything. Then she has to like each time converse with this girl. We see it constantly with her, say many things on Instagram to her daughter. It's a beautiful thing. Where many people may be condemning her for that kind of act, but we shouldn't judge a book by its cover because we never may know what is in the middle of that book, if it's something very important. Anyways, I was literally from afar condemning this young woman until I stumbled on what she said that melted my heart, and I'm like, what? You went through all this pain. No woman should go through this. 6, do you know what it means to go through 6? 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. The trauma alone, psychological trauma alone is killing, let alone 6 miscarriages. Like, my goodness, she's a very strong woman, I must say. Listen to what she had to say.
I got married at the age of 26 because I thought that at 31 I would have been done with childbearing and I would have retired and faced my career, but life didn't pan out that way. I tried. I have had over 6 miscarriages. I don't like to go into it. I tried. It wasn't a fancy way out for me. I've always wanted to do this. I have tried. I've done others. I've lost it half midway through. I know what I have dealt with as a woman.
So many of us back then who listened to or who heard when she was divorced, she was like 6 years in that marriage before she eventually divorced. We didn't know what she was going through in that marriage. When many people come out to narrate their experiences, that's when everybody will open their mouths. Wow, like, my goodness, and you went through all this. We could only judge from afar, but until we hear the other side of the story. I used to be like, nothing good works for these Nollywood actresses. They don't stay in marriages, but seriously, when they come out to say what they see in marriages, you will know. Just like Tonto Dike, her own story, when she starts here, is another level entirely. And at the end of the day, we judge them that they can't stay in one place. Honestly speaking, these people are human beings too. They could have died in those marriages. Just like a popular singer in Nigeria who died in marriage, and people were blaming her even after she died. That why did she stay there until she died? Then people will like come out and they will still criticize them. Why do you have to come out? You don't stay in marriage like that. So there is a lot. And I think there was a interview that was granted to her, and she said she doesn't care what people talk about her. People have been saying a whole lot of things about her. She doesn't like care anymore what people say, that she will do what is good for her. You do what is good for you, everybody will be fine. That's what she said. Do what is good for you, I do what is good for mine, we will all be fine. So anyone should meddle in her business. Whatever she's doing is what gives her that happiness, what she wants to do for herself. She's not going to come tell you how to live her life. The one thing about people is that they want to tell you how to live your life, and when you don't live your life in the manner they expect you to, you become their enemy. She doesn't care anymore. But seriously, this is actually a true fact. When you listen to people's opinion a lot, they want to dictate your life for you. When they see that you don't live it the way they expect, they become your enemy for no reason. People's life can't be resolved or revolve around anyone. You understand? So basically, I really have found peace with this young lady, because I had always been like, what is wrong with Nollywood actresses that they can't stay in marriages? People like me needs to hear these stories and have peace of mind. Honestly, for many people don't know, just know that she had really gone through a lot in marriage, and that is why I even brought this gist. She's not my popular gist celebrity personality that I always talk about, but her story really touched my mind. I know many people who don't know about her true life story will really find peace with this very one. Okay, let us hear your thoughts about EDO. Is she your actress? Is she your favorite actress? What of her movies? Yes, she has acted over 100 movies and still counting. Don't forget she's a producer. But what I will have to find out is if she has YouTube subscribers. I mean, yes, a YouTube channel, because most of her movies are more of cinema movies. Yes, more of cinema. She's no more this YouTube of a thing. She's more of cinema movie. I don't know about Netflix, but more of cinema movies. Yes, until I come again, I'm Nollywood.